Free stuff is awesome, but free stuff to spice up the bedroom is even better. Whether you're buying a gift for your sugar baby or just for yourself, you can get 50% off at adamandeve.com when you enter the code CANDY at checkout.
And that's not all. Adam and Eve will include 10 tantalizing free gifts, a sexy item for him, a special gift for her, and a third item all partners can enjoy. Plus, you'll receive 6 free spicy movies.
But the best part is the free shipping.
You can get all of this at adamandeve.com using code CANDY at checkout.
That's CANDY.
So Shelby, what are you getting me?
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Candy Girl. I'm your host Shelby.
And I'm your co-host Emily.
And you guys might remember from our Lollipop episode, Harper, the girl with the beautiful ASMR voice. She's here with us again. How are you, Harper?
Hello, I'm good. That wasn't very ASMR. I'll get back on my shit. Don't worry, the traffic kind of messed me up.
Yeah, we gave her the wrong address to get here, which was kind of chaotic, but we figured it out, so she's here. A lot has happened since we talked to you back in April. She just informed us that she has a real boyfriend now, so we're very excited for her.
Yeah, and for our new listeners and me as well, since I'm new to the show, could you give us a little recap?
Yes. I'm going to take off my jacket real quick. Go for it. Rainy and it smells all.
Tell
ASMR. Okay, so a little bit about me. I found the Candy Girl podcast last year just going through my Spotify. I was actually looking for Sugar Baby podcast specifically. I had just started a relationship or an arrangement with a man who I really liked. We had been seeing each other for about 3 months at that point. And he kind of had a weird kink that it was weird to me, because I'd never heard of it before.
What was it?
It was female-led orgasm denial and chastity. So when me and this person first started seeing each other, we spoke about the typical allowance, how much we would, be divvying out every month, and how much time we would spend together. And about a month later, he broke up with me. And he was like, there's nothing against you. Like, I had a really great time, take care. And I'm really not that bitter of a person. Like, you don't have to explain yourself to me. And I was just like, okay, I had fun. Like, thanks for the memories, peace out. And about a month or so after that, we kind of reconnected and realized that the connection and the chemistry was still there. And after, the first couple dates we had gone back out, he put this website in my lap. And he said, this is what I want. And I was too afraid to tell you that before. I wasn't sure what you would think about me. And in front of me, there was this website that spoke about Karetsa, which is a type of tantric sex that you can use with your partner. And basically it's one or more of the partners edging whenever they're having intercourse. So it's you can edge when you're masturbating and push yourself to the edge, almost to the point of climax. And then Karetsa is kind of that same idea with your partner physically. But what he wanted was for it to be only one-sided. He wanted me to tell him when he could and could not climax. And on top of that, he wanted me to control when he could even masturbate. So I put his dick in a cage, and it would stay there until every time I would see him next. And he really wanted it for his personal productivity on a business he was starting. And it kind of had to do with the chastity thing as well. And, they say when a man thinks with his dick,
Yes.
And if you control his dick, what does he love to think with?
His
brain.
I just thought they couldn't think anymore.
Oh, yeah. Well, this was
Love that too.
he was actually a very smart person. He is a smart person. And within the year that we saw each other, because, it went on for about a year, We, practice the orgasm denial and the female-led, chastity holding, and I had all the power. It was fucking great. And in that year, he started the business, and he sent out beta testers to, all different types of people all over the world and got feedback from them. Started the website. It's live. Like, he's, ready to sell this product in a year, and he's never had any business before in his life. He's like an engineer guy.
Remind me what the product is?
So it's, I don't want to give too much away, but it's like a safe for a key.
Okay.
It's like a safe for the cock cage key.
Okay.
And you can, there is one key holder who is able to lock and unlock that box from their
cool.
device.
Speaking of the cock cage, I love that word, by the way.
Yeah.
What % of the time did he have his dick in a box? Like,
It's my dick in a box. I had to. So we would hang out Friday evening through like Monday morning.
okay.
So Monday afternoon through Friday afternoon, he wore it. And if like I was upset with him for whatever reason, or if I was, playing with it even more, teasing him with it more, I would just leave it on until I told him it could come off. But then it like kind of got into, some cock and ball torture in the mix, some CBT, which I kind of found out ended up being like my kink.
That's so cool.
My kink is not like, I'm going to put your ass in a fucking cage. But I do think every guy needs to get his dick put in a cage at least once. At least once. It's not a movement. It's not a moment. It's a movement.
Well, I know what I'm doing to my boyfriend this weekend.
You should try it out because it makes your, not specifically the cock cage thing, but the orgasm denial itself makes your partner's desire that for you that much stronger. Because when a guy like busts a nut every time, he doesn't have really that much to look forward to anymore.
Yeah.
Once it's already been fulfilled and like, he gets all tired and like whatever. And girls, when we like, have that monsoon of a squirt, we're like feel so powerful. Like we could just King Kong
keep
the fucking,
riding dick. Like,
yeah. And so if the guy can keep pushing his edge, then he can last longer. It's it's really fun to experiment
This
with.
is a sex ed lessons right here. So yeah, I always refer back to your episode when people ask me about this podcast because I feel like it's been one of our most wild episodes. Like it's so interesting. But so it's been almost a year since we've seen you, a little shy of a year. So what's happened since then?
So the arrangement/relationship with that person was pretty good, but he needed to invest more money in his product, and so that meant less investment towards me. I wasn't getting that direct, $1,600 a month anymore, deposited in my account. I wasn't having to touch my wallet when we did, hung out, of course, and he took me on a trip. It was great, but that's not what I started out wanting. So he got a little too entitled to my attention towards the end, and that's when I had to cut it off.
Did it get too relationship-y?
For me, towards the end, yes, but it always started out like with an openly like communicative like thing, and it was the easiest breakup I ever had.
Really?
The most non-climactic ending ever. So mature, so easy.
That's good. I feel like that's the benefit of dating an older guy.
For sure.
He's been through it before.
But then a month ago, I met a 28-year-old, which is a little young for me, but I gave him a chance, and I'm really glad I did. He's so fucking hot. We met a month ago, and I've spent the night at my house once ever since then. He has 2 master's degrees.
Oh my God, yes, Harper.
He's obsessed with me, you guys.
I'm so jealous.
I know. But the thing is, sometimes he's like, but you can't put my cock in a cage. I'm like, what? It wasn't my kink, bro.
But is he still open to CBT?
He's warming up to the CBT thing. He's not quite warm to it yet, which I don't blame him. He kind of calls me the queen of pain for it, which that makes me need to, do some digging to find out if I'm like a masochist or not. But any fucking way, we do practice the orgasm denial. And it's great. It is so great. He actually came home today during lunch. I have the day off. He came home to his apartment during lunch, and, you know, we fucked. And I was like, wait, you're not going to come? And he was like, no, I was never going to come.
Ooh.
Okay, sir, he can stick around.
Yes. And so he knows that you had a sugar daddy?
Yeah, like, this is the... And you know, like I said, he's younger, but it's still, like, he's my favorite boyfriend I've ever had. My favorite. Like, we have such open communication. Like, he knows about everything. And, like, if I still wanted to have a sugar daddy, he'd be okay with that, too. We are ethically non-monogamous. So, you know, we have this understanding that if either of us are out and we have, you know, a connection with someone else, we should be able to freely pursue that connection. Just because I'm really trying to understand more of the fact that, like, jealousy is just bullshit. But just to me, people that have been in other types of relationships, that shit does not work.
Yeah.
You know, it all depends on,
Yeah.
like, the two people. And we're two people that can sit down and actually be able to honestly have that conversation before it even gets there. It hasn't happened yet.
I'm such a jealous bitch. I could never. Maybe that's possessive, but I just couldn't do it, I don't think.
I don't think it's possessive. I just think people work differently whenever they're romantic partners. And, like, that's what makes every couple good.
That's
you know,
fair.
that's how other people work together and other people don't.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really cool. So would you ever consider doing, like, another form of sex work, like stripping or something while you're in this relationship?
Absolutely. Yeah, I have a bunch of friends that are strippers and you know, cocktail waitresses, and I'm actually trying to start go-go dancing.
Ooh.
So I've been, you know, I joined a little troupe in the last 2 months, so I'm trying to pursue that a little bit more. But yeah, stripping, that's not off the table for me. That's, you know, none of that is off the table for, you know, being a sugar baby, again, it's not off the table for me. I've just been in that lifestyle for a little bit, so I would like to, you know, take a step back and just kind of let something flow a little organically, you know?
That's so cool. And you told us before we had the interview that there's another girl that you guys are kind of a duo.
Yeah.
I would love to hear about that.
Oh my gosh. I don't want to give too much away because maybe she and I could
Come back.
come back because
Oh.
we have some fucking stories, y'all. My girl Callie, we were doing some shit.
Yes.
I'm excited. Oh my god.
Yes. Okay. We'll do a second episode with Callie here.
Is this the podcast equivalent of edging? Are you gonna
It
make us
might
wait?
be.
Are you
might
gonna
be,
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen.
Ugh.
You're gonna have to wait for it.
Okay. Well, then in the meantime, give us like a frame. What kind of do you guys do?
So my friend Callie is a stripper, and I kind of introduced her. I kind of opened her eyes to the sugar world. And long story short, we kind of ran that shit up just a little bit. Just a little bit. We Thelma and Louised it just a little bit.
I'm so excited to hear this episode now. Record it, and then hear it when I edit it back. That is so cool. Emily, do you have any questions?
I'm trying to think. I'm just really fucking excited. I'm like, what could they have done?
I know. Honestly, the first time I interviewed you, I was the same way. I was like, there's so much here. Like, I don't even know. This is so exciting.
I'm excited that we get to re-record it because so much more has like come into fruition since then.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah, I just want to say I'm obsessed with you. We low-key have the same hair.
I
I know,
saw
right?
that.
Yeah. So we love a curly sister.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Man, I'm trying to think. I feel like I have so many questions, none at the same time.
I know. It would probably be better too whenever we have more time.
Oh, can I ask
also.
questions
Yeah.
about the cock cage?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I just realized I don't think I've ever seen like a proper cock cage before. I guess does it like a bulge out like in the like is it a metal thing?
Yeah. Well, you can get a silicone one. You can get a plastic one.
I'm gonna look up a picture.
Yeah, you should. The one we used was a metal one. And there's just two parts, and then the little padlock. There's a circle that, you know, is on the base of the person.
I see
You
now.
pull the balls and the flaccid penis through the circle there, and then that's like sitting on everything, and then you kind of just like have to push the flaccid penis, like kind of like Play-Doh. Like,
Oh my
into the
God.
fucking-
What an image.
but you can see it, right?
Mhm.
I can
And
see it. I'm
you
looking
just
at a
push it
picture
into
right now.
the little encasing, I suppose, the penis-shaped form of the cage, and then there's a little stick and like a little circle that go through each other, and then you just slide the padlock through that bad boy.
I'm looking at pictures of these, and there's one where it's like a tiger.
I saw that one.
My boyfriend's gonna hate me. I'm gonna send it to him right now.
Do you think that being a sugar baby opened doors for you sexually that you wouldn't have had
For
opened?
sure, dude. Like, and it helped me freely talk about it too. Like, to be able to sit down from a perfect stranger and be like, so I'm looking for someone to dominate me. I just spent the last year dominating someone pretty heavily. Like, this is what I was saying to the guy I'm dating now. We actually met on Tinder, and my Tinder profile, like, I said that I was a sugar baby and that I was looking and that I'm non-monogamous and that I don't want anything traditional. Like, black and white. That's all it said in my Tinder bio. And my new man, we matched, and he was like, what does, sugar baby mean? Like, what do you mean by that? And I told him, and he was like, well, I can't give you all that. He goes, but what about, ethically non-monogamous and, all this shit? And I was like, I'm willing to consider if the sex is bomb enough.
I'm so
And it
glad.
is, apparently.
And good dick is just as valuable.
Yeah, well, and it's good to talk about it, too, before you actually get it. Like, I was like, what do people say about you when y'all fuck? How many crazy girls have you dated? Maybe your good dick made them crazy. Maybe it wasn't just all them. Maybe
I don't think women are crazy. I think men make women crazy.
Definitely.
So.
I agree. And he didn't have a lot of, like, crazy girl stories. You know what I mean? I'm doing air quotes.
Yeah, I think it's so important when a guy is able to talk about their ex, like they have at least a decent relationship, and like any guy who's like, oh my God, my ex-girlfriend's crazy, I feel like that's a huge red flag.
And ex-sugar babies, too.
Mhm.
Going off of that. I really place a lot of importance on that first meeting. And when Callie gets on, we can tell y'all about a couple. We went on a lot of first dates together, and it was really great having someone to just share that live feedback like right after, just to kind of see how she reacted to certain conversations that were brought up and shit.
That's so interesting. I'm so pumped for this episode with Callie. I have kind of a follow-up question to the sexual door opening question, but do you feel like your relationship expectations have changed by being a sugar baby? Like, do you expect something different from your romantic partners now?
So I'm trying to make sure that I don't. I know that being in the sex work industry or just being a sex worker can really make you jaded without meaning to, without you realizing it the longer you do it for. And, I was that sugar baby for, about a year with this person. And of course I gained some kind of expectation from the next, for the next person I would be with. So I'm just personally working on making sure that I go back to the way I thought, in the winter of 2018, which was expect nothing from a man because your ass will get let down no matter what you're expecting. If you have low expectations, then no one can really let you down. So I'm trying to revert back to that just so that I can be fair to this relationship that I'm trying to grow.
Do you think there's a difference between expectations and standards?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Standards is knowing what you deserve, and I guess expectations is thinking what that person should be or what that person deserves.
That makes sense.
Rather than just letting them show you.
Yeah.
Speaking of standards, do you think guys who don't eat pussy should be locked up or?
Yeah, absolutely. And
Okay.
if needed, you could just send them to like Camp Harper.
I'm gonna send them to Camp Harper to learn how to eat pussy.
Yes.
I mean, I won't teach them how to eat pussy, but I will tell them that they need to eat some
whip
fucking
them into
pussy.
shape.
Literally and figuratively.
The fact that I still hear stories about guys like, oh my God, they didn't eat pussy. I was like, were they afraid of it? Bitch, what?
Yeah, but also, if we just lay out that open communication with our sexual partners, like, sitting down at dinner, just eating some fucking pad thai and be like, I really enjoy clitoral stimulation. And they'd be like, oh, word? Okay, good to know.
You think
A
most
word?
girls are kind of like afraid to be like, oh my God, you should pleasure me instead of just putting your dick in me?
Yeah, definitely. And that's just also like the awkwardness of our like anatomy, and we're at the end of college years, and it's like guys have been pumping and dumping for 2 minutes the last 4 years, and they think they know something about sex now, and we actually know what we like. And so it's up to us to, we know this. It's up to us to just be like, look, I like it when you do it like this. And sometimes we do have to draw them a fucking picture. So
Yeah, the fact
yeah.
that I like still see Tinder posts where I remember some guy like slid into a girl's DMs and was like, I'm gonna put a hole in your clitoris, and I'm like, I don't.
Do you know what a clitoris is, sir?
ow.
Ow. Yeah, ow is right.
Ow. The baby does not come out of the clit, sir.
Man, okay, I have a quick, not a trigger warning, but this for sensitive listeners, just skip ahead like 30 seconds. I'm in a sex ed class right now, and we all had to tell like our worst sex stories. And this girl was talking about how she had a friend who was receiving oral sex from this guy, and he bit her clit off. Off. She doesn't have a clit now. Like there's no feeling there. Yeah, I know. I thought about that for days after I heard that story.
Can you sue for that? Like,
Shit, I'm about to.
Yeah, on her behalf. I know.
Spoiler alert, they pulled a Handmaid's Tale on her ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
absolutely. This poor woman.
Sorry.
I don't even know what's like cringing. Like my clitoris, like
Every part of my body is like, no.
is it a little excited? I don't know.
We're all like squirming right
Like-
now.
Seriously.
Oh, fuck.
Do you think that being a sugar baby has helped you communicate your sexual desires and needs more with partners?
1000%, because it forced me to kind of grow up sexually. If I was going to try to match these, mature, new romantic partners, I kind of had to pull up my bootstraps and be ready to figure out, one, how to meet the needs of others, and how to figure out what needs of mine needed to be met as well, because it's all about that exchange, that equal exchange at the end of the day. Like, yeah, there's that power that, they have the money, but you're the gold, girl. Like, that's what they're paying for.
I love having you on this show.
Big clit energy, am I
Big
right?
clit energy.
Thanks.
That's
Aw,
right.
Thank you.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Can I go dancing with you? I'm
Yeah.
so in. I want to go.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What do I need?
I don't know. We haven't met in a while. But I always like just going anywhere and going dancing, just like, and watching the go-go dancers there. So next time I do that, I'll hit you up, because sometimes my girlfriends don't like to go with me.
Oh, we would love to go with you.
Yeah.
Emily and I are always looking for things to do.
Cool. Yeah, we could do it.
I love dancing in cages. I'm so into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now we don't have to do it at frat parties anymore.
Even better.
Catch me in
Thank
the cage of your
God.
local Jewish fraternity.
No.
Ooh, UT knows exactly what I'm talking about.
All right. Well, we are a little bit short on time, but Emily, do you have any lingering questions?
Nope.
All right. Well, Harper, thank you so much for coming back and talking to us.
y'all.
It's always a pleasure to have you. I feel like you're so well spoken, but you always have so much to say.
Oh,
And I love that in a guest.
thank you.
You can follow us on Twitter at CandyGirlPod or on Instagram at CandyGirlPodcast. Send us an email, candygirlpodcast@outlook.com. And stay tuned. Well, don't stay tuned. Come back. Keep an eye out for Harper's new episode with her friend Callie, and we're going to hear all about her crazy adventures, and I am so excited.
Sorry to keep y'all waiting.